Let's sew some puffy sleeves that can be worn on or off the shoulder. You'll need elastic for this project. For the peplum, I cut 1.5 inches below the bodice. Using the rest of the dress, side rip the seams so you have 2 pieces, one for each sleeve. Now for the puff, I used a bell sleeve pattern and turned it upside down. No pattern? No problem. Here are the measurements so you can DIY it with a piece of tissue paper like I showed you in my last video. So the bottom-ish was around 30 inches and vertically down the middle 16. 23 inches right down the middle and 19 inches at the bottom of the sleeve. The sleeve is wider at the top for a larger puff at the shoulder. Want a larger puff? Longer puff? Increase my measurements to get your ideal puff. After cutting out your fabric, it's time to work on the elastic for the shoulders. Use your arm to measure how much you need. You'll want it to fit on or off the shoulder, so don't make it too tight. Before measuring the bottom elastic, you should see how far down your arm the fabric goes. Measure and cut again. So now I have 4 pieces total, 1 set per arm. Pin or clip a hem on both the bottom and top of the sleeve, leaving just enough room to feed the elastic through each. I sewed 1 hem and then fed the first elastic piece through with the safety pin. Bunch the fabric along the pin until the elastic comes out the other end. Quick tip, be sure to hold the other end of the elastic, otherwise you'll lose it and it will get pulled through. Pin the ends of the elastic together so you can even out the gathering without losing what you just did. Time to sew the sleeve together. I think I should have done this step first, but it worked out just fine. Make sure sleeve is inside out and sew the seam closed. Okay, so we have the top elastic in, the sleeve is closed. Now we need to sew our elastic together. Make sure elastic is not twisted. Sew together with a straight stitch and seal it with some zigzagging. Now we need to close that up. So fold one end of the fabric over and then, like a letter going into an envelope, stick the other piece inside so we can sew right there. Done with the top puff. Repeat the same steps now for the bottom. This is what the completed sleeve looks like detached. Match the side seam of the bodice with the sleeve seam. To attach the sleeve, sew about 1/2 inch out on either side of that middle. Make a mask with scraps. Finally, indulge yourself in a photo shoot. Thanks for watching. I'm really learning as I go, so thank you for learning with me. Suggestions are always welcome. Subscribe to my So channel.